And then over here, we have the list of all the things that you can get during the anniversary event, which is actually insane. Compared to other games like Genshin Impact. Hey guys, and welcome to another video about Nikke, and the anniversary hype is real. For the past couple of days, I was actually feeling under the weather, and you can probably tell because of my voice. But now that we got the anniversary livestream, I'm actually feeling a little bit better. So for today's video, I wanted to talk about the different things that are coming with this update, and specifically talking about the different things that I think will have the most impact when it comes to the quality of the game. For the majority of the live stream, it was actually composed of different things that they put together for the fans. So different things like interviews with the voice actors, the dev team. They also gave us an idea on how they make music. So it's very cool to see all that stuff, and if you haven't seen it yet, I'll be sure to put a link in the description below. So make sure to check that out after you watch this video. So first up, let's talk about the two new characters that are coming with this update. And those characters are Red Hood and Snow White Innocent Days. These two characters were featured, and everyone was pretty much expecting Red Hood to be coming with this update. But for me, I was actually surprised to see that we are getting Snow White's younger version as a playable character. And not only that, she is actually a free character that you can max limit break during this event. So this is very cool to see, especially for the newer players who are still looking to get 5 max limit break characters to break the 160 wall. So getting this character for free is going to be huge, because that's one less max limit break character to worry about. And one more thing is that I'm actually expecting her to be really good, or at least better than the other free characters that we got in the past. Because during the other events, yes, we got free characters, but I don't actually know anyone who uses those characters, especially if they have the option to use someone with a similar role. And the reason why I think she is going to be better than the other ones is because, for one, she is going to be a pilgrim, so that is pretty much going to be a big indicator of how good she is going to be. Yes, some pilgrim characters are not that good, but for me, if you are going to release a pilgrim character that is free, especially for the anniversary as a free reward, then it only makes sense for you to make her good. But with that being said, that is just me being hopeful, but I really hope that she is at least usable, because we haven't really had any good free characters as of late. When it comes to Red Hood, they actually showed us a preview of her kit, and it's really cool to see that we are getting the very first character that is able to use her burst during any burst phase. And I can already imagine the different synergies and team compositions for this character, so I can't wait to mess around with Red Hood once she gets released in the game. And then moving on, we are also getting 2 new costumes, one for Haran and one for Dorothy. And the one for Haran, which is the Banquet Witch, is going to be obtainable from the new event pass. And the new costume for Dorothy, which is called Nostalgia, is going to be obtainable from the costume gacha. And then next up, we are also getting new chapters for the campaign. So finally, we are getting the chapter 25 through 26. And because we are getting new chapters in the campaign, that also means that we're going to be getting new levels for the Lost Sector and the Tribe Tower. And one more thing I do want to mention is that they're actually reducing the difficulty for the campaign. So what I think is that this will only be applicable for the main story, so for the quote-unquote easy mode or the regular stage, because I don't think they will actually be reducing the difficulty for the hard mode. But if they actually reduce the difficulty for the campaign as a whole, then that is going to be really good, because that's more gems for everyone. And then for the next one, we're getting the new enemy called the Tyrant Class Rapture Ultra, which is really good, because this means that we have a potential new enemy in the solo or union raids. This is going to be a good switch up for the endgame content, because it's always fun to learn new mechanics for the enemies, especially if the new enemy's mechanics is interesting. Next up, let's talk about the new features that they will be adding, because these features will actually have a big impact in the game. So the first one is a highly requested one, and this is the ability for players to try out the new characters in the game. So for most gacha games, this is actually very common, and it's also kind of weird that we're only getting this after 1 year in Nikke. But regardless, it's still a really good feature to have, because you can now test out the characters before you actually pull for them. And then next up, we are actually getting level resets for a limited time. So if you have been playing Nikke for a while now, you would know that we only get level resets whenever they make adjustments on a character's kit. And it's been a while since we got some adjustments and got these items, so it's really nice to have more of these, because I know for a lot of us that we have some characters that we used to like, but now maybe they got power crept, or maybe you got bored of using the character. So having this item is just overall really good. And going back to the topic of new characters, here we have a quick preview for the kit for Red Hood. So as you can see, she is going to be an attacker, she is going to be a sniper rifle user. Her burst skill is pretty much everything, because she can use her skill during burst 1, burst 2, and burst 3 phase. Just by looking at that, you can already see a ton of synergies. So I'm excited to use this character, because I think that she's going to be really good. So a quick description on her skills. Her burst skill can be used in all burst stages. So basically, depending on the stage, she's going to serve different functions, such as increasing your ally's attack, recovering her own HP, and delivering high damage attack skills. So if we go by this, and if we assume that if she pops her burst 1, she's going to buff her allies, and if she uses her burst during phase 2, she is going to recover her own HP, and if she uses her burst during phase 3, she is going to be dealing damage, then that pretty much aligns with what you would expect from a burst 1, burst 2, and burst 3 character. Because generally speaking, burst 1 characters will buff your allies because a lot of them are supports, and for burst 2, you have a lot of tanks that have self-sustain or characters that can heal. So Red Hood healing herself during phase 2 just makes sense. And then burst 3, of course, are going to be the damage dealers, so it only makes sense for her to deal damage during that phase. So overall, I think that she's going to be a really good character, and I can't wait to use her in the game. And then over here, we have the list of all the things that you can get during the anniversary event, which is actually insane. Compared to other games like Genshin Impact, this is actually very generous, and I'm low-key not surprised because I have played other Korean gacha games in the past, and they're actually very generous, especially during anniversaries. So for Nikke's first anniversary rewards, you can actually get up to 106 free pulls, which is insane. On top of that, you are also getting a max limit break character in the form of Snow White Innocent Days. Plus, you are also getting 106 free recruitments, which pretty much guarantees you at least one SSR if you're really unlucky. Because for me personally, I average an SSR around 30 to 40 pulls. So if you're like that, then this is 2 SSR characters minimum. This is just overall insane, and I know that this is not everything because we are also getting a ton of rewards from the events and stuff. So that is just exciting, and I can't really believe that Nikke is this generous. So yeah, I'm very excited for the Nikke first anniversary event, and I can't wait to test out the new characters that they're getting, and as well as the new rewards because Nikke is just very generous. Apologies if my voice sounds really bad because I really wanted to make this video even though I'm feeling a bit down. Hopefully I get better soon so that I can come back and make more content for you guys. But with that being said, hopefully you found this video useful or enjoyed it. And if you did, definitely make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.